internally it would have set it towards the graphics card, not the Intel graphics card, or the Intel graphics thing. So I thought originally it was grabbing the graphics card and had that issue. And then I thought that maybe Minecraft wasn't actually loading the graphic card, it was loading the Intel driver, right? It was grabbing the Intel one, so I thought maybe it was that. So that's when I found out that I had to change the RGB and contrast and all that ratio, and I went, you know what? Oh, I'm not gonna go through all that because I looked at a video, the person that had the same issue, and said that the way that he fixed it was that he had to go through each individual setting, and I'm like, if it's your only graphics card, yeah, but I have two in that one. So why isn't my normal graphics card kicking in?
All the pain and suffering you're enduring. You must be dying to meet me.
Just go down. There we go. So yeah, so I probably would have already created the channel a lot earlier, and we would have only had Servercraft at that point. So I'm kind of glad I held off. Even when I got this computer built, even back when the whole panic sort of set in, I kind of got this computer fixed, and I was considering starting the channel at that point too. But there was there was way too many distractions and stuff like that over there. Mind you, this recording setup still has very few distractions, but not nearly as much as that area had. So oh, you can teleport. Cool.
I'm afraid not.
Skeletons, can you kindly get rid of this guy? Thank you.
I'm afraid not.
Alright, hulking phase. Oh, there's boots over there. We have to go over there. Those might be some really good shiny new boots. But yeah, so I might have started the channel I'm trying to wrap my head around when I did this testing. I think it was a year before. Because I was slowly building up the PC that I'm currently using to help record this kind of thing. I was slowly building it up. I think when the panic happened, trying not to actually draw too much attention to it, so that way this is actually kind of future-proof in a way. When that ended up happening, I only needed the graphics card left, and so when I got a chance to get it at a very cheap cost...
The chains tear at their flesh. Hear their screams. Such sweet music.
No.
So when I got a chance to take it for a really good price for it, I went, you know what, I really want it now. So I got it. I think I paid... Because I was asking a bunch of people for hardware ideas kind of thing, because I was really bad at build, because I just tried to go for budget with at least a little bit of performance, because I didn't really know much about computer parts individually, which ones are better for which purpose. I knew graphics cards and processors and stuff like that, but cooling not nearly as much, and power supplies not nearly as much either.
You are so eager. I suppose I should introduce. I am Sidair.
Hey, I wanted to take you down.
Play with my daughters.
Alright. But, yeah, I wasn't really good, so I had a bunch of, so I had a person tell me, what the best, not the best build, but, what a good build would be. Oops, I skipped the dialogue, because I wanted to collect all the corpses so I can get all my essence back. My bad. not my fault they decided to throw the dialogue while we're still in combat. I didn't make it necromancer proof, but hey, it's fine. But yeah, so when this computer, I think, was in its... So I was trying to figure out like what pieces I ended up showing the guy, and he's like, no, those are bad pieces, especially the power supply. It's going to kill itself, kind of thing. Or it's going to kill your components. So he showed me like different pieces that would work. I kind of copied it kind of piece by piece kind of thing, and I started switching a few pieces here and there. I found... What, was it the RAM? It was either the RAM or was the... It was the RAM or the power supply. I found a cheaper... I don't know if it's cheaper because it's sounding like I'm trying to skip out on like getting the best things, but I found a cheaper power supply that had the same everything.
So close now. So close.
So when I had all the pieces, I had somebody help me build it because this would have been my first computer ever to build. So I kind of needed help because
That is not possible.
like I already watched some people build PCs, so I already knew what the risk was going for it. I knew the riskiest thing was putting the processor in. I knew that like if I would have put at least a little bit too much pressure or anything like that, my heart would have skipped a beat.
That.
Because I knew that that's like how much I spent for this? Like $250, I think. I think it's $250 without shipping and stuff. So I think it would have been like $270 or something like that. Yeah, it was like that much for where I am, and I was like, if I kill it, it's dead, and I have to spend another $300 kind of thing replacing it. And I was like, this is really bad. And then shortly later on, after the PC was built, I was looking for different Elgatos that would have been really good for what I wanted. Now, I did do at least a little bit of research on the kind of Elgato that I wanted, specifically to record Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, because I think the PS5 wasn't even out by then, or they had their shortage kind of thing, so you know that I couldn't get one, and then all that stuff. I wanted an Elgato that could record that stuff. And I wasn't going to spend, what was it? It was like $100 extra or so for 4K footage. First of all, not everybody has 4K. So I knew for a fact that I would have lost at least some kind of things for it. And not only that, since the console that I would most likely use is Nintendo Switch, it only goes up to 1080. So, yeah, no. So the one that so there was two different ways that I could have gotten it. There was one Elgato that is connected through USB 3, I believe. And that one would have been perfect because then I wouldn't need to add it through an extra slot on my computer. The only problem is that you would have at least a tiny bit of delay, and if your USB 3 port kind of just dies on you or something like that, you can't record anymore. And the one that I got, which you can just stick in the PC and kind of forget about it, that one, I had a few issues at first, but that's because of my motherboard, I think. It kind of doesn't like how I kind of set it up as, so that might have been my bad. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's not strong enough. Every time you destroy a wreckable object, you gain a short burst of speed. Isn't that what I normally get? Okay, can you hold that? Where is that? Oh, there you go. You can. Here you go, you can have it then. It's better than your stuff anyway. Anything else that you could use? Better boots. But first, not better than mine. It's got double armor though. It's because its thing is armor, yeah. So that means that it could have gotten a better stat in something else than armor. Alright, you can have the boots then, since it's like better than yours anyway. Even without the armor, it's better than yours, so it's fine. But yeah, so I had an issue with it because
embraces you.
I might as well talk about it now since it's not gonna it's inside. Now know at least a little bit better about it. So in order for my computer to have internet, I have a wireless card that is slotted in specifically because my motherboard didn't come with one. I thought it did. It didn't. So I kind of couldn't get internet where I was before. Now I can. So I had to use this card. Problem is that when I tried to slot in what was originally supposed to be where all of my game storage kind of thing, like all where the Steam games and all that stuff were stored in, I got a M.2 drive because they were on sale for like they were very cheap. I think I spent $60 on I think a 500 gig one, and I was like, that's pretty cheap. Wait, no, it was $100 for that, and that was very cheap for what I paid for my because I was gonna get the same thing I got for my boot SSD, which was like almost 200, and I said no, I don't really need that much. It's only for games anyway. So I decided to get a 500 one, and got it for I think it was like $90 or 100 something. It was like $90 to $100 or something. I don't know. It's like something like that. Anyway, so the problem with my motherboard is that when you try and use the second slot of the M.2 with anything from the anything for the PCIe slot there is a problem. Because it can only supply power to one of the objects, not both of them. So back during when I was recording, it was the Crown Tundra stuff when that first came out. I had to make a decision. So the thing is that for that one specifically, I eventually found a better way of doing it. So there's that. But when I first had to do it, I had to take out the internet card and slot in the Elgato and keep switching between the two. Now I don't even have the internet card, but back then it didn't really matter. But right now, at that moment it did. So I kind of had to make do with what I had at that moment. So I kind of had to, oh, we got the cursed chest, yes. I want to do this again. They give so many good rewards. I want to keep the corpses, though, around. Ooh. That's nothing. That's a few waves, alright.
I cannot do that.
It doesn't spawn in the waves in time, I find it. But yeah, so like later on, I ended up finding out that like it wouldn't take the M.2 drive or the second one with the Elgato or the Wi-Fi card at the same time. I had to pick one or the other. And I got really frustrated with this, and I thought, really? This is really dumb. So I said, alright, fine. So then I found out there's a different way where I can actually go through my, these things are so beefy, though.
That is not possible.
There was no way I would have killed all these in time. Looks like we're only getting one. Oh, it's gonna actually give it to us, right? Oh no, bonus chest. Okay, so we're not just getting one chest. But yeah, like I was really like sad when I didn't realize I could have done that. So literally, so the thing is that my tower is a, I don't know the proper term. I think a mid-range. I think, or, like it's not a big tower or anything like that, but it's not as small as Cube. It's like, it's bigger than Cube, but it's not like a really tall thing where you can fit like 2 or 3 computers kind of thing and shove it all in there kind of thing. It's like a normal tower kind of size, and so trying to get that thing from where it is, get it on a table, open it up, and switch switch 2 different PCIe cards, swap them into different locations, and just keep doing that until you find out what's the problem and find a better solution